Hey guys, welcome back to Three Cricket Years. I'm your host Afnan,
I'm Taha.
I'm Huzaifa.
and today was the start of the Super 8s.
Yep.
It actually started yesterday, but New Zealand Pakistan sadly got washed out. So today was the first one. We'll start off with the main game that we just ended up watching, which is India versus South Africa. I feel like that is the pick of them all.
Mm-hmm.
And South Africa beat India, and they beat them comprehensively. There was only one phase of the game where it seemed like India had the upper hand, and that was when South Africa were batting right in the beginning. And that's only because, the way Bumrah started his bowling,
Yeah.
it's unbelievable. The line of length that he bowls at, the variations he's got, and he's so accurate, even in 4-over formats in T20 cricket. He's
Bumrah just like an overall great bowler, regardless of the format that he's
an
playing
all-time
in.
great at this point.
Yeah. He's regarded as one of the tops of the game, at least in the modern era. Or you could debate in overall cricketing, history as well. But that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
He set up the score, or he set up the base for India in the beginning. But after a while, I guess it got away from India's hands.
Yeah, no, it got away really quickly from India's hands.
Yeah.
You get 3 wickets in the power play.
Mm.
You get Dick Hawk is gone, Rickleton's gone, and then Markram is gone, right? Then you're left with Miller comes in, but then he genuinely plays like a leader, like an experienced player comes in, and the player beside him is Dewell Brevis, right? And
Yeah.
Brevis can be very rash sometimes.
Yeah.
He's always looking to hit the big shot, but that's when Miller just kind of settled him down, told him that you need to stay here.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're playing in a World Cup, you're not in a bilateral series, so you can't just get out randomly.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to stick there. And then Miller was playing some amazing shots. I mean, those are not even power hitting. It's just proper timing.
Timing of the ball,
Yeah,
right?
it's just proper timing. And then, South Africa were able to come back. And I think after the power play from the 7th to the 13th over or something like that, and in about 7 to 8 overs, they got 93 runs.
Yeah.
So in that middle phase, they really won that game right there.
So Miller was going at it. We know Brevis was going at it. Brevis scored 45
Yeah,
or
he's 46
20
or something. Yeah.
20 something balls maybe.
Yeah.
And then Miller scored about 60 something, 63, right? And then you had Stubbs coming in towards the end he played another sort of a significant cameo.
Yeah, played a little cameo.
Yeah, which took South Africa to a score of 187 runs off with 7 wickets down.
Yeah.
So I think South Africa batted really well against India's bowling. And India's bowling, we've seen India are supposed to be the favorites, right? But now I feel we knew South Africa is really strong too. They've obviously have
runners up.
They're runners up for sure, and they haven't won or they haven't lost a single game of this tournament yet. But them beating India is going to boost their confidence by a lot.
Yep, it is.
And it might be possible is it possible to say that, or is it feasible to say that South Africa are the new
tournament
Favorites?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you can say that, right? It's granted that you can say that. And they've earned that, right? If you beat India in Ahmedabad in front of 80,000 plus Indians playing on a pitch which should suit you more than the opposition, then yeah, if they beat you, then you are the favorites.
Yeah.
Right? But India, I thought in bowling today, India was really sloppy.
Yeah.
Varun Chakravarti is usually known for how accurate he is.
Yeah, fair.
In the power play, middle over, and then he takes a death over rule too. Kind of like what Usman Tariq does for Pakistan. He's doing that, but he starts it in the power play as well.
Correct.
Today, it just seemed like he had no control. South Africa did one thing that I think other teams don't try to do against Chakravarti, is where they cover their stumps because they always think that it's gonna hit their pad or their wicket, right?
Yeah.
That's how he bowls. He just keeps it very
within
much
the wicket, right?
Yeah,
Just
within the
very
wicket.
straight. But he has that great turn, right?
Yeah,
Where
he
you
does.
think it'll maybe skid on and go straight, but he has good leg break where it could easily skid off and then spin.
Yeah, but South African batters, they were countering that by just staying outside of their leg stump. So they were showing their entire stumps to Chakravarti.
Yeah, which is
Good. It's a good tactic because your stumps are always at play regardless, right?
Yeah, fair.
Your pads are always in play regardless, even if you show them or not against Varun Chakravarti.
Yeah.
But if you don't show them, what it does is it gives you room to play.
Yeah.
And South African batters, once they get a little bit of room, they're gonna clear the boundary every time.
Fair.
Yeah, and that's what they were doing. Chakrabarti, I think he conceded like 47 in 4 overs.
That's really for
It's
someone like Varun
super high,
Chakrabarti,
yeah.
who you constantly see under maybe like an economy of 6 or 7.
Yep.
He's constantly bowling, really good. It was surprising to see that he got over an economy of over 10 runs
Yeah.
and over. So,
Really
like
expensive.
yeah, really expensive, and it goes to show how South Africa's strategy and the way they came blistering innings by a lot of like their middle order especially, it set them up really well. And but that being said, like we've talked about Miller. Miller's been playing cricket for a while. He's very experienced and well-rounded in many ways. He's constantly shown that he's a match winner. He's obviously won South Africa many matches, and now you're seeing the next gen of players as well, right? And especially on such a big stage like the T20 World Cup, you're seeing Brevis perform. Rickleton's playing really well too. Stubbs is obviously really good as well. It's a really, I feel like, a bright future for South Africa ahead. And beating India for South Africa, it just goes to show that they are maybe like they're neck and neck with India when it comes to their abilities as a cricketing nation. And it's really good to see. I feel like India is always so ahead from many other countries in cricket that it's good to see that someone is challenging them in the T20 format.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a weird pick today, I thought, from Gambhir, is that he picked Washington Sundar over Akshar Patel.
Akshar Patel, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't understand that. What do you think?
I'm not too sure, like, was Akshar Patel injured? Because I
No,
don't
he
know
wasn't
that.
injured. It was a tactical change. So he picked Washington Sundar over Akshar Patel.
Right. He might have done that also because South Africa, they have quite a few left-handers, right? So having that off-break spinner against the lefties, that's never a bad idea.
That's a fair pick, actually, yeah.
But like picking obviously Washington over Akshar in like a crucial match like this, I don't think that was a good tactical move because Akshar Patel has been playing cricket for a while.
Yeah,
He's been super consistent.
Exactly.
He's high in confidence. And then Washington, he hasn't played obviously in like a minute, right? And then you immerse him in a super important game. So it didn't make sense to me as well.
Yeah, it doesn't
as to
work
why
out,
that
right?
was done.
Yeah, it's like throwing in Quajanafe in the Super 8 game. It most probably it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
If you don't play a tournament, if you don't play a player in a particular format for a good amount of time, and then you throw them in there based on your liking and disliking, it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of Indian fans I've already seen on social media, they're not happy with this change, right? Akshar Patel sitting out.
Yeah.
He's so important. He's like what Jadeja was.
Yeah, 100%.
He's like the new version of that.
I mean, he's been their clutch player.
Yeah, he's
since,
been really clutch,
since the last, like 2 to 3
couple
years
of years
easily.
for sure. And I saw that same on social media on Reddit. People were talking about the same change, right? So a lot of these changes, they have like a ultimately it doesn't just impact the team. It's like the whole nations are behind these changes. So when you as a coach or a captain are making these changes, you know that if it turns out to be the wrong move, you will get backlash from social media, from reporters, and obviously your whole country.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think India's bowling wasn't the best today.
Yeah, it was
None
really
of their
shoddy,
like it was.
They were bowling no balls too, which is really you don't consider that with India. Their bowling is really disciplined. They bowled, I think Hardik bowled a no ball, and then he bowled a bouncer. Miller hit him for 6.
Yeah.
So like
Also,
I feel apart from like the two spearheads, obviously, like Arshdeep bowled really well. Like 4 overs 28 for 2, like 7 economy. And then Bumrah, obviously, like a legend, right? 4 overs, 3 for 15. And that too in like a 187 game. That's just insane stats. That just shows you like...
So I'm just going to go off like his point, what he said. Having two main bowlers, right? Like Arshdeep and Bumrah. And they give you such good performances. I think that's another reason why a lot of people in India, a lot of Indian fans, they don't like the whole all-rounder mesh-up, right? Like put in a lot of...
But it seems like Pakistan's situation.
Yeah, no,
as
it
well.
is Pakistan's situation too.
But India has a lot of specialists, right?
Yeah,
like, I get to a point as to why they're doing it. Pakistan doesn't have a lot of options. So, like, it makes sense why they have to, like, go down that route.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, but I'm talking especially, like, for India, not for Pakistan.
But I think that has been a theme since Gambhir joined in. Because he does like to, like, play players who can bat and bowl a bit.
He loves it,
Yeah, instead of, like, picking specialists. You saw that in the test as well, and even in the ODIs. So, in T20s, sure, you can still afford to do that. But, obviously, like picking Washington over Akshar, that was, like, a tactical blunder.
Yeah, and I just don't see, like, in big games, I don't know if I'm 100% in on the boat of giving Shivam Dubey like 2 to 3 overs. Because at the end of the day, he's not a proper bowler. And the best batters in the world, they're going to take him down.
Yeah.
And
But-
that's what happened
But I
today.
think that would depend on the surface as well.
No, it does
because
depend on surface.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. A lot of things depend on surface, right? Like, I'm speaking in terms of a pitch like today. In the first 4 overs, when India was bowling to South Africa, the pitch was holding up. It was a slower pitch. Bumrah bowled that brilliant slower ball. He got Ryan Riggleton out. But, other than that, the pitch stayed true. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I
to
think
bat.
to bat it was good,
Yeah.
but it's weird that India's batting sort of crumbled on a pitch like that where South Africa scored 187, and I don't even think the pitch changed too much between the
it
innings.
actually got better because there was dew in there.
Yeah.
The commentators were talking about that there's dew in there. But
So
then,
it was just a collapse from the Indian
yeah, it
batting
was a
side.
collapse,
It wasn't the pitch, favoring South Africans versus Indians. But quickly talking about the bowling side, we're talking about the all-rounders and stuff. We saw Hardik Pandya today. He got hit for 45 runs in 4 overs, and in the last over he got hit for about 20 runs.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
damn.
that's it goes to show that sometimes maybe selecting your fast all-rounders is not the best option. And if they, what do you think? Who do you think could have bowled a better over than Pandya?
I think Pandya was the only choice because
Yeah, it
because
was the only
Arshdeep and
option,
Bumrah
yeah.
they ran out of all of their 4 over quota, so it was either Dubey or Pandya, and obviously I would pick Pandya
Yeah,
Like,
fair.
any day as well. He did get hammered for that last over, which obviously switched momentum to like South Africa side, but you didn't have an option.
Yeah,
right?
no, I mean,
So-
he's been in that situation before. Too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he's done really
He's pretty
well.
economical.
Pandya's
Yeah, he doesn't go for
This is the
runs.
one-off thing for India, by the way. Just want to put that out there. India's been playing such good, consistent cricket
No, but
that
I will say as it is a one-off thing, but there have been signs in there. Throughout this whole World Cup, there have been signs that dominating performance that we haven't seen from India.
Yeah,
That we were
they haven't
seeing-
peaked yet. That's
well,
the thing.
they kind of dominated Pakistan. So.
Pakistan and India is not a real game. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't even matter.
Dude,
They're
even
fucking-
associate nations have put a better fight.
Yeah, Pakistan
to
just
India
loses
compared to
mentally.
Pakistan,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, man,
It's a mental block.
thing for
Yeah.
Pakistan.
It's a mental block for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, Pakistan
It's a
obviously.
complete mental block for Pakistan.
But
Yes.
But I was saying, like, if you look at the USA game that India played, if it wasn't for Surya Kumar Yadav stepping up, making 80 of 46, they were in trouble over there.
That is true.
Yeah.
That was an
Yeah.
anchor
Real
game,
trouble.
role for sure.
Yeah, if you look at the Netherlands game, they only won by 17 runs.
yeah, yeah.
And Netherlands made like 170 odd runs.
Right. Yeah, they haven't been dominating. That's
they
for sure.
haven't
They
had that
haven't.
like crazy dominating.
And that too playing in India as well, so that's a bit of a surprise. Because last
Exactly.
World Cup they were pretty
Exactly,
dominating.
yeah.
They cruised through all their
They were undefeated
games.
last year.
Yeah, they cruised through all their
Yeah.
games pretty easily. So it's a
Fair.
bit of a surprise.
No, I agree. Plus, I mean, let's get into India's batting then.
Yeah.
Right? We saw the bowling kind of wasn't up to par today, but so wasn't the batting. The batting was horrible, if not
Yeah, it was abysmal.
it was abysmal for sure. We saw Ishan Kishan, he came in, got out on duck and he played 4 balls. Obviously credit goes to the bowlers. Marco Jansen picked up 4 wickets and followed by Maharaj who picked up 3. And Maharaj picked up wickets at a crucial time as well. But I think Marco Jansen's wickets were,
A lot
set the
more-
stage
they
up
set
for
the stage,
for
yeah.
India. When you're bowling against batters like Ishan Kishan and Abhishek Sharma, obviously Abhishek Sharma hasn't been in the best of forms throughout this World Cup, but still he comes with that dominance. He comes with that, that mental thing for the bowlers that he's out there, he's going to attack you. And he kind of did have a decent start today, but once again, he wasn't able to make anything of it. So
Yeah.
He was struggling though even today. Like he was advancing down the pitch, trying to hit
A lot of
Rabada
hit and
and
misses.
yeah, like he was trying to hit the fast bowlers. They were pitching him good length, and he did miss, what do you call that?
He missed like 3 of Rabada, I think.
Yeah, he did miss that.
And then the last one, he just kind of rammed it
Yeah,
up.
yeah, he did sky that at
Yeah.
the very end. So he was struggling. Like he wasn't
Yeah.
looking very at ease, and that's very unlike Abhishek Sharma, But I think bowlers have kind of figured out as well where to bowl him.
yeah,
They're trying to bowl him obviously they're trying to keep it tight,
Yeah.
both the line and length, trying to bowl him around the middle and the off stump area.
Yep, I've
And
noticed
that's
that.
where he's a bit uncomfortable. They're not giving him any room. When it comes to the offside, he plays the cut shot really well.
He
So,
does,
so
yeah.
they're not bowling him that, and they're not bowling him to the leg side as well. So I think it's kind of troubling him now.
But it's funny because you're talking about bowling him in the mid and the offside, but he's also the type who, once he gets under the ball, he's able to send the shot over.
I think it's
cover
also
and-
the World Cup pressure at this point, right?
Yeah, like,
Three
but he
ducks in a
has
row,
he has that ability to hit the ball over deep extra cover.
Oh, he
Yeah.
has
Right?
every ability. I think.
So it's just, I think it's more of a mental thing for him at this
Yeah,
point,
absolutely.
more
absolutely.
than like bowlers. Obviously, like you bowl him at the leg on the leg side for sure. That's your, you know, that's the worst thing that you could do. So your best bet is to bowl on the mid to offside. But I mean, that being said, India got all out for 111,
Yeah, something like
right?
111,
So
yeah.
111,
Yeah.
and
that.
you know, like, what are your thoughts about it? Like,
Yeah.
what comes out of this for India? Like mentally, their net run rate is what, negative.
Yeah, it's negative 3.8 right now.
So negative 3.8.
Negative 4 almost.
Negative
That's
4
crazy.
net run rate
That's
is
crazy.
insane.
Yeah, that is really bad.
And for a team like India, where now in the, if they were in the group stage, it's a different conversation. But when you're in the Super 8s, if South Africa loses the next game, it is possible that India will be kicked out of this
Yep.
T20 World Cup,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So a lot is at stake for India at this point. They have to come back more mentally that rather than their game, because their game has been good. It's not like it's this was just one of those performances they weren't able to collectively play together, right? But it's going to be a mental thing for India now for the next game. And they're playing. Where are they playing next?
I believe they play West Indies. Oh no, Zimbabwe. I think.
Is it?
Yeah,
oh, like I
think
gotta
so.
check. Yeah, dude. Like
Pretty
check
sure
the
that-
schedule.
Zimbabwe.
So if it's against Zimbabwe, has also been playing really well.
Yeah, but-
So
yeah, Zimbabwe's not a bad team. at
yeah,
all.
right now they are a challenging team.
Mm.
Then again, when you're when you're playing against Zimbabwe as India, the pressure is more on Zimbabwe. Even though India's net run rate's horrible, you know, like there are like, it's not like you can't count India out, obviously, but India still has to now mentally come back. They have to like relax and see what the next steps are. Maybe bring back Akshar Patel. And then the batting side, I think they're still going to keep Abhishek Sharma in there. Ishan Kishan is going to, I'm sure, continue opening for India. But what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, listen, they can make a change if they want to. They can bring in Sanju Samson for
Yeah.
Abhishek Sharma, or you could maybe potentially use Zimbabwe as one of those teams where hopefully Abhishek Sharma picks up form. But then again, you're in such a bad situation right now with a negative 3.8 net run rate, where if South Africa lose to West Indies or Zimbabwe, India's out of the tournament, considering how bad their run rate is. So again, they're going to have to make changes, and they're going to have to make them really fast. And coming into this tournament, I think we all knew that if there is one team or two teams that can beat India, it's got to be South Africa and New Zealand. One of them is beaten India, and they've beaten them really comprehensively. So now they're in a really bad spot. They're going to have to make sure, you know, to bring back Akshar Patel. Keep your main core, right? Like your Surya Kumar Yadav. One change they can make is Tilak Verma. He hasn't been performing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what a lot of people were saying.
Yeah.
People are mad at Tilak Verma for not performing and not putting in any.
Yeah, really slow. He's playing. He's not constructing his innings the way that he showed
He's-
it.
he normally
Asia Cup. Yeah.
for sure.
He plays at like 40 average and then like at a 140 plus strike rate. Hasn't been like that at the ball.
But he also came back from injury as well. I think that's why it's taking him a bit of time.
Yeah, I mean, possible. Yeah, that is possible. But you know, I think India can cover for that. Maybe Surya Kumar Yadav can go at number 3, and then you can maybe put Ishan Kishan at 4.
No, but you gotta open up with the Ishan Kishan, man. Like,
Okay, then you put Sanju Samson at 4. So
Sure.
you do something like that, right?
I think that's what they did in
But I
Asia
do
Cup as
think,
well.
yeah, they did do that. Yep, in the final, I think they did that.
Yeah.
But I do think they need to refresh things a little bit.
Yeah.
It seems like teams have kind of figured out their top 4, and because their top 4 goes away quick,
Yeah.
it's more responsibility for the likes of Shivam Dubey, who's been playing really well.
Shivam,
with the-
even today, he tried his best. He scored
Yeah.
42 runs. Obviously, if you're not seeing any support from the other side, how much can you hold up, right? So there was a lot of scoreboard pressure. You know, Shivam Dubey alone couldn't have done much, but you're right, to your point. He's been playing well. So
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to drop
Yeah.
Shivam, for
Another
sure.
problem that India's having right now is with the right arm off spinner. You know, Markram came in, I think, first over. Was it first over?
Yeah, for the first over.
and then he
took the
got
wicket.
he gets Ishan Kishan.
Same
right?
with Salman Ali Agha.
Yeah, exactly.
Salman Ali Agha played bowled the first over against India and got the wicket, you know, right away. So, yeah, I think that's something for
Yeah,
India
I think
to...
teams have picked up actually like not even joking, teams have actually picked up from Pakistan this one.
Yeah.
They've picked it up from Salman Ali.
Congrats to Pakistan,
Yeah,
for influencing other
yeah,
teams
exactly.
and their strategies. So
They
good
got
on that.
something. And then Aryan
Yeah.
Dutt tried that for Netherlands,
Yeah.
worked out. And
Yeah.
now Aiden Markham tried that, it worked out. You know, Sikandar Raza for Zimbabwe is probably gonna try that.
Yeah,
Right.
fair.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sikandar Raza himself is an off spinner, so
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. He's
Yeah.
a right arm off spinner.
yeah, so he's probably gonna try that.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think India's performance today was it wasn't up to par.
Yeah, it's
They
pathetic.
didn't play according to what their actual standards are. South Africa were completely all over them in bowling department, batting department, and fielding department. So, congrats to South Africa. They are looking really strong. Seems like they're the contenders now for this T20 World Cup. But is there anything else you guys want to add on to the game?
No, I think that's really about it. But
Dude, I've never been that bored when I've watched India bat.
yo,
Like,
that-
I was
that
actually
is-
feeling
that-
so sleepy.
Yeah.
Felt like as if I was watching Pakistan. Like
No.
Pakistan,
Pakistan
bro.
always
Like,
catching strays.
they were
man.
never in the game. Like, never.
Yeah.
Like, from the point they started batting to, like, they played 18, 19
Yeah.
overs.
That was such a boring
Never.
game.
Like, yeah, I started
That
feeling
was a boring
sleepy,
game.
dude.
Yeah, like it's normally like when the batters are getting out, someone just comes in and
yeah,
takes the
plays
role.
plays a blinder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Today, no one,
Stood up.
clicked. No one was
Yeah.
able to put up a show for us, and even the spectators started leaving around the halfway mark for obvious reasons. When you have like 80,000 people in the crowd, you want to get out
I think-
earlier.
No, dude, I think 120,000.
It was.
Yeah,
Was
it's
it
like
fully
the,
packed? I don't think it
Is-
was fully packed, was it?
oh, okay, like you talk. Okay, I thought it was
Yeah.
like a full house.
Either
Nah.
way, 80 to 100k,
Yeah, there's a lot of
huge
people.
numbers,
There's
right?
a lot of people.
But yeah, man, like let's see how India performs. Obviously, India's like they got so much talent. I don't think they're going to be. is it-
Honestly, India should be lucky that Australia plays such horrible cricket
Exactly,
that they're not in
yeah.
the group. Otherwise, like India would
It
be
would've been
sweating.
curtains, yeah.
India would be sweating.
That's also
like,
another thing. India's group is actually way lighter than the other group, which
Yeah.
has New Zealand, Pakistan.
England, Sri Lanka.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
Pakistan's playing England in 2 days. So their group, at least virtually, looks like it's stronger. Obviously, you never know how West Indies and Zimbabwe could play, but if they had Australia in the group, it would have been a completely different.
Yeah,
you
that
know.
would have been a group of death.
Group
Like
of
India,
death.
India should consider themselves like super lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a lucky break for India.
Yeah.
And they're playing at home, which is another lucky break.
Yeah, fair.
The next game they'll be able to at least play in front of their fans
Yeah,
and go with the momentum, right?
true.
Because things can get really bad for India if they don't fix up from here on.
Mm-hmm.
Winning is not going to be enough now
Mm-hmm.
because of your net run rate. So you got to win with bigger margins.
True.
And if the one team, I guess, if you look at it more logically, is going to be Zimbabwe that most people look at if you're an Indian, right?
Mhm.
You would look at Zimbabwe and try to say, okay, you know what, this is a game where we have to maximize our net run rate.
Yeah.
And doing so, you might actually hurt yourself more than trying to help yourself. Because
Mhm.
Zimbabwe they're not beginners, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're not bad at what they do.
Yeah.
They've been pretty good in this tournament.
Yeah.
They're batters, middle order, Muzarbani, Evans.
Muzarbani's been bowling pretty
yeah,
well.
Evans, like
Yep.
Sikandar Raza, all these guys.
Exactly.
They've been contributing really well. So if you try to go a little too high, you might just fall even more.
The only thing with Zimbabwe is they've been playing in Sri Lanka, right?
Mm.
They're acclimated to Sri Lankan conditions. Now they're going to be playing on Indian tracks. So I think it's going to be just of a mission for Zimbabwe,
Yeah.
just of a test and challenge for Zimbabwe, as in terms of their abilities, as it'll be for India more mentally though. So yeah, I think we got really good games coming up ahead. But anything else on that fort, or can we?
Nah, dude. Honestly, I think India should hammer Zimbabwe just because Zimbabwe has been playing in Sri Lanka, like you pointed out, right?
Yeah.
Like
That is so true.
like slow conditions, like
Yeah.
so.
They
then
got
you come to
acclimated
India.
to those conditions, right? The
Yeah, but then you
bowlers-
come to India, right?
Exactly.
Like on flat tracks, like it's really gonna test them.
Also,
so.
that dude, the crowd pressure. You're in front of like 80,000, 100,000 people. Completely different than when you're
Yeah.
playing in Sri Lanka, right?
That's true.
So there's a lot.
There's a lot of noise.
Yeah, there's
Like,
a lot of noise. There's a lot of pressure on the opposition.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see what comes out of India versus Zimbabwe. But that being said, the second game, or more like the first game of the
Yeah.
day, was England versus Sri Lanka, host country again. And how much did Sri Lanka got out at 95, which is insane considering England only posted a total of about 150 runs.
Yeah, it was 146. It was like below 150.
Below 150.
Which is
below par.
And then when you're watching the game, you saw England batting struggle a lot. The only you're seeing, it's insane to see that Sri Lanka looked so confident in their bowling department, in their fielding department, and then they came on to bat, and they weren't able to take the team over the line. What are your thoughts on that?
No, I mean, listen, they're playing in front of their crowd, right? It's a brilliant pitch for Sri Lankan bowlers, right? It's a pitch that grips. It's a slow pitch. Vilalage does great. Tikshana does great. I think Chamira does pretty good himself. And, you're able to really put the clamps down on England. You get them all out for like 146. Or their innings end at 146.
Right.
And considering what you've done before to Australia coming into this game, you should be in red hot form, just ready to go and just get England out of here.
Exactly.
Right? In front of your home crowd, after quite a bit of time since an ICC tournament's come back to Sri Lanka. And then to put up the kind of batting performance that they did, it's crazy.
Bad. That was so bad. When you're getting out under 100 runs, there's a lot of issues that you have to deal with, especially in your home conditions. Obviously, Nissanka has been playing really well. Sri Lanka has been batting pretty well. It's just today somehow they weren't able to click as a group again, and they gave the game away. Obviously, you have to credit England bowlers, Archer, Will Jacks, Adil Rashid.
Yeah.
Everyone picked up 2 to 3 wickets and destroyed Sri Lanka's batting order. So now you're seeing in this group, you're seeing England, who didn't bat really well, but their bowlers are clicking, at least in these Sri Lankan conditions. However, if England are to play in India, that is going to change. Maybe their batting is going to get better because India's pitches are more batter friendly. So it's an interesting situation. It was a weird thing. We didn't expect England to win this game, especially after how well Sri Lanka has been batting, and just a score of 146. We were pretty confident that Sri Lanka is going to take it over the line. I just think overall today the host countries didn't perform well.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah.
And it was just it wasn't their day for Sri Lanka and for India.
Yeah, I think more than India, you can say that Sri Lanka would be more disappointed with how they play. If you look at both the games, you can still say, with all the quality that India has and being the defending champions, they could still come back in their particular group. But for Sri Lanka, it's a really big step back, isn't it? Because you have England, who haven't been good throughout this tournament, by the way. They haven't been convincing whatsoever.
Yeah.
You look at the Scotland game.
For sure. Like England
many of the
hasn't,
games, they haven't really been.
We were talking today earlier when the game was going on. We were talking about Joss Butler. We see that guy perform all the time in T20s, but haven't heard anything from him. It's Salt that's kind of always taking it for England in terms of batting, and haven't heard anything from anyone necessarily from their batting department.
Yeah,
so
I think only Benton's been good throughout this tournament.
And so has been Will Jacks.
Yeah, Will Jacks
has been
Harry
carrying
Brook as
that.
well.
Harry Brooks, he's decent. He's been decent, but I think Will Jacks.
Will
I
Jacks
don't think Brook has been good at all.
I think Brook was good in the ball game, if I'm not mistaken.
Brook has actually been so underwhelming. I
Yeah.
think if Brook gets going, then England are going to be a force.
Yeah.
Because he's the type of player.
And with Butler as well.
That's-
Butler's
Butler
bat has
is
been
more-
quiet.
Butler is
like-
more
got-
experienced though.
Yeah,
right?
like Phil Salt played really well today. He scored 62 runs. If you have Butler supporting him in the beginning, and then you have people like Harry Brook coming down, England's batting is going to change. Then they can post up a total of over 180 to 200,
dude,
right?
Their batting is really strong.
Yeah.
On
so
paper, it's really good.
It's really good. Just they're not so acclimated to these conditions, obviously, but I think this win today is going to give them that confidence, the boost, to especially against Sri Lanka, to now going on an offensive side to be more attacking towards other teams. But yeah, that was a game for today. There's not much to talk about England versus Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
I think South Africa India was the one that was more thrilling in a sense that South Africa was really
It's like two
outperformed.
heavyweights of the
Exactly.
tournament going up against each other.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Two favorites of the tournament, right? But now then, we have Pakistan versus Sri Lanka,
England.
England,
in
Yeah.
2 days. Question about that. We, in the previous game, got washed out for New Zealand.
Yeah.
They dropped abroad.
Yeah, I was going to talk
Horrible,
So
about
yeah.
let's talk about
Horrible
Pakistan
decision.
versus...
Let's talk about the lineup that they chose for
Yeah, for the New Zealand match. Yeah, 100%.
And then sorry,
Yeah.
I'm cutting you off. And then the captaincy of the toss decision, right?
To bat first.
Yeah,
in
to
those
bat first on
conditions,
that
yeah,
condition.
horrible.
It's just, dude, where is the leadership? Once again, like, it always keeps going back to leadership, but we can talk about that after. You were saying?
Yeah, I think we can talk about the rain part later because we don't know if the next game is gonna rain
Yeah.
or not, right? It's like one thing. I think we got away, honestly.
Yeah.
I think if
I
you're
agree.
That was a good
I
point.
agree.
You got,
I agree.
Yeah,
So,
it's a point
It
that
worked
you
out.
take.
Yeah, it worked out in our
So
favor.
Yeah.
I was going to say, do you guys think it was better for Pakistan to get that free point rather than facing New Zealand, or do you guys think Pakistan should have rather faced New Zealand and risked that 1 point?
Yeah, I think a lot of people will say that Pakistan has a really good World Cup record against New Zealand, right?
Mm-hmm.
In T20 World Cups, I think it's like 5-2 or something like that.
Okay.
But I look at recent more than past.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Yeah, and what I've seen is that Pakistan would probably get hit
Mm-hmm.
with the lineup that they chose, right? They brought their 11 out. They published it,
Mhm.
and I was looking at it. They brought back Fucker.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think they dropped Khwaja.
Khwaja, yep.
So I don't understand them constantly playing around with their their top 11. Dropping Khwaja Nafe is, he just didn't perform in the previous game, and they're dropping him based off of that because they want to keep Shadab Khan in the team.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand. You know, it's fine that you drop Khwaja Nafi at this point because it's too late in the tournament.
Yeah,
if
fair.
you wanted to play him, you play him before.
Exactly,
Or
now.
you just don't play him at
Yep,
all. Right.
agreed.
Namibia was the team where you should have played Fucker Zaman.
You should have tested it,
Yeah,
right?
you should have tested him out because
Yeah.
if you're thinking about playing him in a Super 8 game,
Yeah.
then that is the game that you play him in.
Yeah, exactly.
If you wanted to bring in Naseem Shah at some point in the tournament, then you bring him in against Namibia, right? So that at least there's some rhythm, game time.
Yeah.
But then you play in Khwaja Nafe and then you drop him for New Zealand game because it's a dead rubber game.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. And then you drop Abrar too. I just think, you know, on Sri Lankan pitches, you're gonna need like Usman Tariq and Abrar to really clamp down the opposition.
Yeah, bro, I want to talk about that actually.
put
Like,
the brakes
Abrar
on.
has been what since February 2026. So
Mm.
since this current month, he's been ranked as the number 2 bowler.
Yeah, number
one or
three.
number
Number three.
So,
Yeah.
bro, like dropping him
Yeah.
just to make way for Shadab,
Yeah,
it's
insane.
absolutely criminal.
Yeah.
Like you're dropping your specialist bowler who's been consistent, right? He knows how to bowl. He keeps those like tight line lengths. The only team he doesn't perform is against India.
Yeah, but that's
And there's a
just
like-
reason for that. Like he has a particular weakness in his game. I think against right-handers, I was looking it up. His economy is under 6. It's like 5.8 something.
Yeah.
His average is around like 18.
Mhm.
And he's picked up a lot of wickets against right-handers.
Right.
But when it comes to bowling against left-handers, he actually struggles. His
India's half batting
yeah,
order
exactly.
is lefty,
So that's
right?
what I'm saying, right?
So
His economy goes to like
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
8
And
is
then-
probably on the lower side because he constantly keeps getting smacked.
Yeah, but that's fine. Like Shadab doesn't pick wickets like
Yeah.
either against lefties or righties.
Exactly,
so
yeah.
so like it's
But that's a
pointless.
horrible bowler at
You
this
know,
point.
yeah,
he
like
should not be in the team. Mike Hassan, like he should not be in the team.
Can bat or
He's in
can
the
bowl
team,
for
yeah.
Shaq.
He's in the team because he performs against these associate teams. You know, he
like the
performs
minor
But,
well
teams
against.
that you're
But
talking
he
about.
also
yeah.
like I think Mike Hassan. He was also a Islamabad United coach, right?
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
think he
And
kind
he
of
was
has
a
that
main
relationship
player.
with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are saying it's favoritism.
But,
that
like it
Mike
might be
Hassan is-
favoritism. Like
Dude,
it,
it happens in every sport.
it
Like
makes-
it doesn't just happen in cricket.
like
right?
it makes zero sense to like put him in and remove Rabra. Like it's like
Yeah.
criminal. Like I
It
said.
is. It is. Yeah, I think.
And
things
yo,
like this-
honestly, like think about
Yeah.
it. This is also the same guy who you dropped Sufyan Mukim.
So
for-
Sufyan Mukim is another player that you were talking about, and we had this
Yeah.
conversation before filming. That where is he? Like he's been
He's
ghost.
playing. I think he's playing for Shaheens right now or something.
So, but see, why is
Yeah.
he not in the team when these were perfect conditions for him
yeah.
to be a left arm?
option, right? Option on the bench.
Yes,
Not even an
exactly.
option, bro. Like he could easily have been in playing 11. So
For sure.
imagine him, Usman, and
Abroad.
Abrar.
Exactly.
Bro, that would have been like a
'Cause
lethal spinning
You
attack.
got Abroad, who's unorthodox. Then you got
Sufyan.
Sufyan, and then Usman Tariq is a different breed. He's not even
Dude, like,
unorthodox.
Even in New Zealand, right? Everyone was getting hammered for runs. I don't know if you guys remember that 10 over game
Yeah.
where they chased down like 130. Dude, Sufyan Mukim came in, bowls 2 overs. I think he took 5 or 6 runs. He conceded, 5 or 6 runs, and he took like a couple of wickets, 1 or 2 wickets. So he kept things so tight, even in those conditions. So imagine him bowling in these conditions, dude. Suited for him,
No, he
perfect
would
for
have
him.
been
Like,
great. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
he would have
He
been like
great,
incredible.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes zero
what I
sense.
do want to see is like bringing in Naseem Shah with Salman Mirza, and
Hmm.
then having Abrar and Usman Tariq as your spinners.
Pakistan, yeah,
We
I
don't
mean,
need three all-rounders.
6, 7 all-rounders,
Yeah.
right? The whole team is like, you now at this point they're probably including Salman Ali Agha as an all-rounder too, right? Like even though he's
Yeah.
not, he doesn't really bowl,
Yeah.
but everyone bowls in this team for some
But that,
reason.
yeah, exactly. But that's another reason why you can drop Shadab, right?
Yeah.
Salman Ali Agha, we know he can do something against left-handers.
Yes,
With the new ball
Yeah.
or with the old ball.
Yeah.
He's pretty good around the wicket.
Right,
Angles
right.
work out. Matchups is good.
and he's batting good as well. Shadab
Yeah.
is not doing anything. He just comes in. He's always coming in pressure situations, and not once on a big tournament level has he proved himself to be an all-rounder for Pakistan, to be a dependable all-rounder for Pakistan.
Yeah,
So-
not over a period. I remember he had that one game in 2022 against, I think,
Against South Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah.
He played
4
well
years
in
ago.
that,
Yeah.
But other than that, he's been. You can't call yourself an all-rounder and then just run away from this
Bro,
one.
even I can have like one good game and like
Yeah,
freaking
exactly.
50 good, like
Yeah.
like out of 50 games,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So like anyone can do that.
Yeah, no, I think if Pakistan really do want to make an impact
Mhm.
in Super 8 against Sri Lanka or England, that's who they're playing, right?
Yeah.
They need to have a Brower and Usman Tariq play.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before the 10th over mark, they've been bringing in Usman Tariq so late. After
See, that's another thing as
and
well.
the
like,
11th over is when he bowls, I think, his first over.
Hmm. I mean, yeah, that's what
when
he did against
when you're
India at
seeing
least.
Shaheen Shah getting hammered in the first over, second over, dude, this is the time when you start bringing on your spinners. This is the time when you test with Usman Tariq. Honestly, it's not even a test. It's a strategy move. Like, it's not like you're testing anything against. I don't know what's going on the team. Like, I don't know what the strategy side is.
No, I think, somebody actually commented in one of our videos and they said that our plans are already curated beforehand.
Yeah.
Who's going to bowl which over and when. And he's very stubborn, Mike Hesson. Like, he doesn't move from that.
Mm-hmm.
If a Brower is bowling in the 5th over, Usman Tariq bowls at the 11th over, it's going to stick that
It's
way.
written like that.
Yeah, it's
That's crazy.
it's
So they're
written
not
beforehand.
adapting to the
Yeah,
situation.
they don't adapt. Yeah, they do
Yeah.
not adapt. And if you stay so stubborn and there's no flexibility within your system, then come the big days and on the big games when situations come in front of you and you cannot adapt to them, you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
It's gonna come back and bite you.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's see what happens. I think in the batting department, Saima Ayub still going to be opening.
Yeah.
And then we still who is opening with Sahibzada Farhan is he's okay. He didn't perform against India, but I think teams are also
He
picking
got
up
100, dude.
He did get 100, but I think teams or powerful teams are picking up on his ability to hit only on the leg side. He can hit on long off and but his offside is fairly weak compared to
He's
his
good on the cut, but not like
exactly.
But
So
not like
shots are
cover
decent
drive, yeah.
on
Yeah.
deep point and like on the gully side,
Yeah.
but definitely the cover side needs some work. So let's see how that happens. Salman Ali Agha, we know he's a hit or miss. Fakhar Zaman is going to be the new test, I feel like, for Pakistan against England.
So do you guys have like any of your changes you would make to the 11? Like just yours, your personal.
I don't want to see Shaheen Shafridi.
I mean, no, he's not going to be in the team. Even
No.
in the last game, he was dropped for Salman.
I mean,
So-
I can't say
Mirza.
he's not gonna be in.
Yeah,
there.
that's what I was gonna get at.
You just never know with this.
Yeah, maybe they got away with the washout, and then Mike Esson's like, "Yo, let's bring him back on."
No, I don't think that would
So
be
yeah,
the case.
so I agree with that. I do not
He's-
want. So that's what I'm getting
Yeah,
at.
he's
I
gonna
don't
be
want to see
he's gonna be
Shaheen
on the
Shah.
bench. Yeah.
Salman Mirza is probably going to be a better option, even if Salman Mirza gets smacked.
See, that's the thing. People, especially like Pakistani people, I don't think they understand that. I think they're all concerned about statistics, right? But stats can be deceiving as well.
Like Babar Azam's stats are like he's a
Yeah.
top
Yeah.
run getter in T20s.
Yeah.
as of
ever,
now.
ever. I think.
Exactly.
I mean,
And-
Salman Ali Mirza, right? He bowls with his brain. Like you can tell, like that he's actually putting an effort.
So
He's
you're
thinking.
saying Shaheen Shah does not have a brain.
Yeah, he's brainless, 100%.
Yeah.
He hasn't
I
evolved.
think he does. Yeah.
Homo sapien.
Yo, so Shaheen Shah does not have a brain. Who's ever said it?
Yeah, like I think he just comes in.
Yeah.
He wants to bowl him fast. He's pretty stubborn. Like he wants to make the ball talk. He doesn't respect the conditions. So that's why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
But like you can tell, like when a bowler is actually bowling to the plan, he knows where to bowl to. He knows the conditions. He knows where the wind is blowing, like where the wind is blowing from.
Yeah.
All those like
That is true.
Like that's a
And-
mark of a good bowler, right?
Yeah. And if that's something that maybe the bowler is not able to pick up, you get that, from your captain or
Yeah.
maybe your coach. but our coach just seems like he's always in shambles. He's just running around, but he doesn't.
He's just running around the field for some reason.
Anytime you see Mike Hesson, he's always like running from the dugout, like if they're
back and forth.
Yes, it's just.
I don't blame him though, because I don't think our players are able to execute what they're told.
I think our ideas are just garbage too, right? Like some of the things that he does. Are
I
just
feel like
stupid.
if Pakistan doesn't have a good T20 World Cup, he might just leave as well. Like we
I
see
doubt it,
coaches.
bro. They
He's
got
he's
paid,
involved
yeah.
in PSL, right?
I think so. I think.
He
I'm not
or
sure.
was he involved back in the day
Hesson?
for Hesson?
Yeah, he was a coach of Islamabad United.
Exactly,
Why do you think
so-
Shadab was in the team?
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
who knows, man? Whatever. So yeah, I would like to see Shaheen Shah for sure drop. I would want to see Babar Azam drop too, bring in Khwaja Nafi, but I think they're going to keep Babar.
Do you guys think like Babar? Sorry, I'm cutting you off. Babar as an opener, because a lot of people have brought this up, right?
So I agree with that. If
Yeah.
they're trying to go for keeping Babar in the team, please do not send Babar at fourth down.
Yeah.
Or fifth down, because then at that point Babar is not a power hitter. Babar is supposed to, if you're playing Babar Azam still in the team, if you're sending him down, that's you're
playing a man down.
Exactly, you're playing a man down, and you're kind of like just setting yourself up for disaster. He's not a power hitter. He's not gonna come in fourth down and fifth down and try to hit the ball.
I think they've already said that Babar's not going to come in too bad after like 12th to 13th over.
Yeah.
So they've decided
Yeah,
on
it
that,
happened in the
which is a good
Namibia
thing.
game.
Yeah, which is a
Exactly.
good thing.
So yes. So to his point, I would say if they're playing Babar, ideally play him as an opener,
Opener, yeah.
because you have an anchor on one side, and then you have someone like maybe Sahibzada Farhan. I don't know if Saim Ayub is not performing, so sure, maybe he's the opener with Babar, left and right combination. But I'd rather see Babar as an opener rather than him being fourth down, fifth down.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, if whoever's plays up top as an opener, they're gonna play besides Sahibzada Farhan, right?
Yeah.
Because he's been the most consistent batter that you have.
Yeah.
But the problem with Babar is you talk about anchoring and all that. It's all nice and good in theory, right? Like he's gonna knock it around,
Yeah.
strike rotation, the odd boundary. The reality is just so much different with Babar. He gets stuck in his own little box that he creates for himself. He plays within that, and then he puts so much pressure on himself.
Yeah.
And on others as well.
Yeah, and on others as well.
That's the most important
Yeah,
thing.
ends up giving away his wicket, and then the others, they also end up giving away theirs. So either you got two options right now. You bring in Babar as an opener, and then you play him beside Sahibzada Farhan,
Yeah.
or you bring in Fakhr Zaman as an opener.
True.
That's another thing you can do.
Alright.
But
that makes
sense. But I don't think they're gonna drop Saim Ayub.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, they shouldn't. Like he's been bowling
there's no
so.
one else
He's
to
been
cover
bowling
for
so well
Saim
as
Ayub.
well.
Yeah,
But here's the thing: I don't look at Saim Ayub's bowling. Like I don't need his bowling. I need his
Yeah,
bowling.
you're-
No, I
Yeah.
get that, but he's been like your top bowler as well. Like he's been like
Get them
pretty
play him as an
economical.
all-rounder. Screw it, he's an all-rounder.
Yeah,
too.
but I would rather like watch him bat, make that 50
he is
dude.
an all-rounder at this point.
Yeah, he is
Yeah.
an all-rounder.
Yeah, he
though.
is. Yeah.
Replace him with Shadab then.
Oh, for sure. Shadab
Yeah.
needs to go, man. Shadab does not deserve to be.
He
on
hol-
the team.
he holds everyone down. Like
Shadab
like,
is just like a, like an anchor for the team. He's holding.
No,
the
I think
whole
he's a
team.
burden on the team.
That's what I mean. He's just a
Yeah.
burden on
Not
the
just
team.
him, there's more players from that.
Yeah, we can touch
Yeah,
on
I
this
can before.
during Pakistan versus England game.
Yeah.
This was a quick little preview of the game that's going to happen. Big game for Pakistan, obviously. It'll set up their confidence and their Super 8 journey.
Yep.
So let's see what happens on Tuesday. It'll hopefully be a good day for Pakistan cricket.
What do you guys think? Like who would win? Like your prediction?
Oh, where are they playing?
I think they're playing in Kandy.
Let
Let
me
me
check.
check real quick.
It's the same stadium where England and Sri Lanka played today, right?
Let me see. They are playing in Palikale.
Palikale.
Yeah.
I think it's the same stadium where Zimbabwe beat Australia, if I'm not mistaken.
So my prediction for... Are you going to say something?
No, yeah, I think I'm gonna opt for England, to be honest. Like I think their spin bowling has been pretty decent, and obviously we all know that their batting lineup is pretty deep. They can hit the ball far. So yeah, I think just based on that, I'm gonna go for England.
I'm going to say Pakistan's going to win against England on the upcoming Super 8 game. I think Pakistan, if their momentum goes, if they catch up their momentum and their batting clicks, because their bowling spinning department has been really good. If their batting clicks, England hasn't been performing that well with the batting. So I would say Pakistan's going to hopefully win against England. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, listen. Out of all the Super 8 teams, I actually think England is the weakest right now. in terms of, their batting. Yeah, it's a lot of great names on paper.
Yeah.
Same with the bowling, Archer, Overton, all these guys, big names on paper.
Yeah.
But in reality, they haven't really been performing. So I would go for Pakistan. Granted, we play abroad, we play Usman Tariq, and we use our strengths to their weaknesses.
Yeah.
Right? Like, try to maximize your matchups, your combinations. If you don't do that, then England will win. But I still think that they've got enough to beat England.
Yeah.
For the Super 8 clash.
Perfect. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
No, I think that's really.
No, I think
fun.
we covered pretty much everything.
All right.
So we'll come back with another podcast after England plays Pakistan on, I believe, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we'll catch you guys the next time, right?
Sounds good.